What's poppin', everyone? Welcome back to the Schroit Worldwide Podcast. I'm your host, Mint Miracle, and today I'm joined by these two lovely Schroiters. Introduce yourselves.
Yo, yo!
I'm dead. I'm dead.
Yeah, and then we
Dead,
got
my favorite guy. My favorite guy. I
so
love Dead.
classic, Mint Miracle, Yo-Yo Wiggins, fifth mid. We unfortunately were not able to do an episode last week. There were some scheduling issues. We deeply apologize for that. We will do what we can to make up for it.
I'm so deep.
So deep. So deep. But, of course, we'll be doing the regular. We'll be talking about the past Schroit releases since the last
Don't do it.
episode.
No.
That's against the law. This law. And then we're going to do a Bible study after. So, yeah, we got two things to talk about, but they're chapters that kind of suck, honestly, so it's not going to take that long. Yeah, we're going to be, like, pretty lightning fast. All right. So, all right. First thing to talk about, this is probably the craziest one we're going to talk about, honestly, is the debut single from Jung. They joined the server. I don't know who this is. I have no idea who this person is.
Me neither.
So, it's another mystery Schroiter for us, at least.
Probably Hamburglar.
Who knows?
Not a chance.
And they made their debut single, and honestly, it goes pretty crazy. So let's give it a listen. Why don't we? Honestly, fantastic debut.
Very controversial for a first out of song. So, but
pretty good
it's
though.
Awesome.
I think it's controversial, but it's still very Schroit, right? Like, it's not what you typically expect with Schroit, but it still has the characteristics of the genre, and it does them really well, but with like a new kind of twist on it, right? Its own unique kind of vibe, and that's the stuff we love to see from new Schroit artists, right? We love to see it happen.
Yeah.
A really solid debut single, short and sweet, the Schroit way. I will say a bit. It leaves me like hoping for a little more, just because it's a debut single. It's only 19 seconds, which is still regular Schroit songs, but usually singles are a bit longer. But who knows? We'll see. We'll see if they get some more stuff in the future. I'd love to hear more.
Me too. I love it. I love Jung. Is it Jungkook?
It could be. I don't know who the profile picture is, but if it was a member of BTS, if someone told me that, I'd believe it. Right?
Yeah, I feel like it is. Oh yes, Piccolo Piano Magic Gifts jokes.
Yeah, there's a Cowmaster album. That whole album is 1 minute, which is great. It's a 5-tracker.
I remember it being good too.
Yeah, I know. It was a really solid, nice, great starting album. I remember I had my takes on their debut single that I wasn't as big on. To me, this album is much better than the single, right?
I concur.
Yeah, it's really, it hits fast, it hits effectively. It's a great, solid Schroit album. I remember this album giving me kind of very classic Schroit vibes, a little bit of Handburglar, a little bit, like older Handburglar, which is pretty good because I feel like, in my opinion, I prefer a lot of the older Handburglar stuff usually, but hey, maybe that's just me. So yeah, which track should we give a spin from this one?
Why don't we go with Nothing More, Nothing Less? It seems to be the most listened to.
Yeah, I was thinking about that one as well. Let's give that a shot. Right?
Very classic.
Very classic Schroit vibes, solid track. I mean, you love to see it. Right? You love to see it. You're really cool, Yo-Yo.
I just love doing that. I'm like,
Yeah. Really solid. Again, keep up the good work. Solid work.
I'm
Now,
excited for more. Oh,
I've got
this one.
my previous album I made, Forever by Your Side.
yes, this is a good one.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with this one. Oh. Sorry. That was not
That one is so good, though.
That is a great song. We're going to talk about that album after. So, Forever by Your Side, oh jeez, is
oh jeez.
every single track has the steel pen instrument from Beatbox because it's like the classic beach vibes kind of sound. So I wanted to use that on all the tracks, and something that I really learned to use and appreciate was I believe it's called the buzz sound for the drums. Like if you put the noise drums, like the more like 8-bit style on beatbox, and there's different types of drums you can go through. The default, I believe, is white, like white noise, but regardless, messing around with different ones of those, I could get some really cool drum sounds. And the first track I made was Forever by Your Side, which is a bit more vibey, and I remember To Bring Refreshments is also a bit more vibey. And then Possessive Haze and Buried Alive for Fun were a little bit more like in your face, kind of going crazy with those new drums. And honestly, I really like those. I think the ones that go crazy with the new drums I would mess around with are probably my favorites off the album.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
For all the new albums, I haven't had the time to really listen to much Schroit lately, so I don't know which ones. Like, I don't have many comments right now.
That's fair.
Which is sad, but I probably will be able to do more Schroit stuff in a week or two.
Let's just get Possessive Haze going then. Yeah, I love the way the drums just go totally nutty right at the end.
Yeah, that song made me dance.
Mm-hmm.
So, that one, you seem to be using the drums more as a pitched percussive instrument.
Yeah, they're more of like a lead kind of thing. I wouldn't say pitched, cool. But like just the really like wacky like timbre of it was just something that I thought was a lot of fun. And having that like those insane drum parts right at the end where like I take back the chord progression from the start of the song and just go nutty there. I was like, ooh, that goes kind of crazy. So I do plan on messing around with those drums a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Next up, this is a great album or EP. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's so good. The entire album. And the album cover is freaking awesome too.
Yeah.
What?
Infomercial hits so hard at the start.
Oh yeah,
it is. Every single song.
Yeah. The whole EP. Sorry, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
goes crazy.
Weird. I think they put it as an album. I believe, did they not?
I mean, here it doesn't say album right now on SoundCloud, so I'm gonna say EP.
It doesn't say EP now, does it?
That's true, but hey, who knows?
This is nothing.
It's the Sun and the Friendly Croc. That's what it is.
It's so good. The Sun and the Friendly Croc, and then the tune of the Friendly Croc is absolutely like so heavy.
It's great.
But
it goes crazy. But the Song of the Sun, it just it gets you. It is the Song of the Sun. That's my favorite, but the whole EP is fantastic.
Yeah, it's kind of the thing. I think my actual personal favorite would be Infomercial, and I feel like most people it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Song of the Sun is probably my second favorite.
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm. Now we should start things off with Infomercial. I think that's a pretty safe bet to get going.
Yeah, let's do it.
You brush. So I got an actual commercial. I got an actual ad. So I hate ads. I hate ads.
I love Lean.
15.
Lean 15, the best game ever invented.
What a great game.
What a great game. What a fantastic, incredible game. Sorry, don't worry. Just about 5 seconds more for this advertisement. Remember to subscribe to Schroit Worldwide channel. Let's go. I mean, fantastic. And there is a bit of an intermission. I remember that when I first listened to this EP, I saw that, I was worried, right? I'm not going to lie, it worried me a little bit. But after listening to the whole thing, I think it fits. I think it works, right? In the context of the album, the intermission fits, right? And then the rest of the album doesn't keep on doing them. So I think it was great. I think it was I think this is a good way to use an intermission, right?
And it's not a very long intermission either.
Exactly.
Right?
It's not super long. And then you get right back in, and I mean, the rest of the tracks go crazy as well. I mean, this is a must listen. It really is. It's a must listen. If you're a Schroit fan, this is probably, we could probably start doing this of like the release of the week. I think this is the release of the week right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, hands down.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, technically of the past 2 weeks, but that just goes to show even more. Right?
It's very good. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of releases either.
That's true. This wasn't a super busy, which, you know, that happens. Not every week's going to be as crazy busy. You know, different things will happen with people's schedules. That's understandable. The next release here is a single by Madre Muchacho, A Day in the Field. I remember enjoying this one. It's also only 12 seconds, so it's not like a crazy big listen. Let's just get her going here. Right? I mean, it's great.
Vibe.
I love that spanky guitar. It's really good.
Honestly, the use of sampling in Schroit is something that we need to do more of, and that I plan on doing for one of my... I've got an album idea that I'm kind of working on that is going to use some sampling, and I'm really excited to get that one out.
I can't believe you have ideas.
Yeah. Unbelievable. I think people are going to really like it. Oh, and this is crazy as well. Every Ounce of My Being Remix 2024 Remaster, Madre Muchacho.
I love this
future.
Song.
Yeah, no, Every Ounce of My Being is a song off Trinity Deluxe.
Yeah.
And as you'll
hear it at the end.
Trinity Deluxe is like, I mean, that's one of my best albums. It really is. It really is. Yeah. There's so many, I mean, When Trees Walk is such a banger. Right? Like, anyone who's heard that song knows, like, yeah, that's when things go down, okay? So let's give this a little listen here. I love the effects of those, like those little arpeggios, like going like, it sounds like they're coming from the back of your headset. They just kind of crawl up at the end. Well, you hear that bong, 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 bong from the original song. Perfect. I mean, I was stoked to see because it was a little remix of one of my songs. I was like,
yeah, it's having a remix done or anything with like about you. It's interesting, and you're like, ooh, something. This made for me.
Yeah. It's also was a really interesting pick off of that album. Because, like, personally, like, that's not the one I... Like, if I had to pick one, like, oh, what's a track of Trinity Deluxe I should do some remix stuff? That's not the one that I would immediately go for. So I'm kind of curious as to why Madre picked this one. I mean, it worked. It was great. I'm stoked on it. I'm a little intrigued. Ooh. And honestly, I'd love to see other approaches to doing, like, remixes like that to different Schroit songs. Because I feel like it's really just been Madre who's been doing those. Like, there's the Madre mix.
Mhm.
And now this one as
I might
well.
try to, yeah, I might try to make one, but it's like, in my style,
Yeah,
have a weird.
exactly.
It's gonna be interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, love to see it. We'd love to see it. Yeah, and that's
Uh,
all the releases here. Madre did make some playlists, right? Some like little collections or compilation albums, um, which is great. But we're not going to talk about the
mhm.
compilations here because we're here to talk about the new releases. But we thought we should mention that anyways.
Yeah, so if you want to go hear some Madre Muchacho great hits, go listen to that.
Yeah.
So sadly, I will have to go. So I'm gonna have to leave you guys with for the Bible study part. But I'm so sad that I can't read the Tower of Babel part with you guys. Oh, it's
I
so
mean,
good.
it's just the start of it where they say they make a tower.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
that's the
know.
thing. There's only so we're supposed to be doing 2 chapters,
Yeah.
chapter 10
Oh no, it's the
and
whole. It's the
chapter.
whole Tower of Babel. It's the whole thing. The whole or Babel, whatever. Is the whole thing. Like the whole story's in
Is
Genesis
that
11.
it? Oh no,
Yeah.
you're right. Okay, sorry. I read through it quickly. I didn't realize. All right,
Oh,
So yeah, I'm gonna leave you guys. I love
that's
you.
fair.
But yeah, enjoy your Bible study.
All
I
right.
have read it, but I can't join
Yeah.
you because I have someone here. Bye.
Tragic. Well, fortunately for us, this is going to take about 5 seconds.
yeah,
In
because it
chapter 10,
really
it's
isn't great.
yeah, it's not great. Chapter 10 is just one of those ones where this person has these kids, this people have these kids, and
And they live this long,
they live this
and then
long,
they died.
and then they die. Exactly.
I don't think
We
they actually do that, but
don't need to go through that whole one. I think chapter 10 we can really just say Ham had some kids and one of them was called Cush.
yeah,
So that's funny. That's a
Yeah.
hilarious
it is
bit.
really funny actually.
Um
Yes.
oh yeah, there's a mighty hunter named Nimrod. So
that's why
that's
that's
pretty
where
good.
the insult Nimrod comes from. It's Bugs Bunny just took that name and used it as an insult.
Yeah.
So most people believe it's an insult when it's actually just a name.
Yeah, but it's just a
But it's a name
hilarious
for a
name.
hunter specifically, right? And that's why
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny calls Elmer Fudd Nimrod.
It all makes sense. It all comes
Yes.
together. The insane lore of the Looney Tunes.
Exactly.
They said something about their dwelling was for Mesha, some mountain of the east. Basically, chapter 10. Don't worry about it.
It just says, this people had these kids and they lived over here.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Not
that's
crazy.
pretty much what happened.
So
And then
Genesis
chapter-
11.
Yes, Genesis 11.
That's where there's a little bit more. Everyone spoke one language and one speech, which I assumed would be. I guess they mean like dialect. Like everyone spoke the same language and the same dialect.
Yeah.
Um.
No accents here.
Yeah. No accents allowed. Right. No regional dialect variants. Could not be.
Not a chance.
And what they went to Shinar.
Yeah, it's land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. That's where they went, and they lived there. And then they were like, guys, let's make bricks, guys."
Mm-hmm.
And then they made bricks, and then they were like, "Guys, let's make mortar, guys." So they made mortar.
Yeah.
So they could build things.
Yeah, and then they're like, well, we're building things. Why don't we just climb up to heaven? Why don't we do that? And then that's what they did. Your camera froze at a really funny time, and it just looked very silly. And then the Lord looked at the tower, and why did he even piss them off? And the Lord said, "Behold, the people is one, and they all have one language, and this they begin to do." And so he was like, is he like angry that they just tried to go to heaven?
Oh, okay, wait. And they said, okay, so the people say, "Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad."
Okay.
They literally go, "We're gonna build this tower unless we get launched all over Earth."
Yeah.
That's exactly what God does.
Yeah.
Which is so funny. It's just it's foreshadowing.
Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and they know nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go, let us go down, and there confound their language so that they may not understand one another's speech. But why?
I don't know. Well, I mean, it makes sense. Why would God want them to be up in heaven first?
I mean, I guess that's true. He's like, you can't. I mean, there's
Like,
no
no,
way
you
they could
can't skip
actually.
the game.
You can't skip the game, okay? No skipping pillars.
No skipping. No
But
skipping.
they're
You
not
can't
gonna.
just.
I mean, let's be real here. They're not gonna be able to make a tower that's gonna reach into actually heaven, unless he's like, you're not allowed to enter the atmosphere or like the
No,
stratosphere.
but that's the thing is that in this
he's upset that
in
they
this
were
plane
trying.
of existence,
Yeah,
okay, heaven is literally just above the clouds.
that's true. That is true.
Build a tower that goes above the clouds, and you're in heaven, baby.
Just you wait until they hear about airplanes.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
And then, so basically, just they try to make tower to go up there, and then God says, okay, let me make a bunch of different languages so no one can work together. And then it's just another huge chunk of this person had these kids, and this person had these kids.
The ancestors of Abraham. So pretty much at the end of it, it says.
I thought it was Abram and not Abraham. Am I wrong?
It says Abraham.
I'm not seeing
the ancestors of the Abrams.
Yeah, Abram is not the same as Abraham, I don't think.
No, but it says ancestors of Abraham.
Where?
Well, I mean, I'll show you my little. Okay, I can't show you. Right here. Right here. Okay.
Oh, okay. You're like Bible note thing
yeah.
says it is. Okay, sure. We'll take that. Yeah. A bunch of people have kids, and
yeah, because yeah. Here it says, Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran.
Yeah.
And then anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's
so yeah. Isn't Abram and Abraham? Are they the same person, or are they not? Because doesn't God be like, yo, your name's Abraham? But that's later, right?
Yeah, no, that's later.
Yeah.
Abraham stuff's later, I'm pretty sure. If I remember correctly, he's the one who God tells to sacrifice his son to him.
Yeah, but then instead goes snip, snip.
Yeah.
Snip, snip.
Bye
bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye foreskin.
Get rid of it. Just rip it off.
Bye bye. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Bible study. There's not that much in this one, but that's
more to come.
How it is. More to come. Hopefully these next ones will be good because I feel like the start was great. We were starting to get some more cool stuff, and then we've just been getting so much filler. Really.
You should have canceled your screen share.
Yeah, I probably should have, but you know what?
It's okay.
I like to have swag sometimes.